Previously on the Cardington 2K Sim. And for the first time in franchise history, the Thunder will get the first overall pick in the draft. Second pick in the draft belongs to the Detroit Pistons. The Pistons are going to select Avery Harper. With the fourth pick in the NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Trey Brenninger. And with the sixth pick in the NBA draft, the Washington Wizards will select Garrett Thompson. With the seventh pick in the draft, the Milwaukee Bucks will select Mason White. With the 10th pick in the NBA draft, the Los Angeles Clippers will select Zach Lester. With the 11th pick in the NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls will select Gabe McConnell. Looking at the 2022 mock draft, we have Legend possibly going number 2 to the Indiana Pacers. We have Nate looking at the number 4 spot to the Cavs. And if we scroll down, we can see that Bryce is supposed to be drafted number 11 to the Nuggets. And then 12, we have Connor possibly going to the Pelicans. In the draft lottery, you can see that there are a lot of teams that could use one of our juniors. And the Houston Rockets have the best odds, and they will get the number 1 pick, followed by the Raptors at 2, and the Hawks at pick 3. And now it's time to see our juniors get drafted into the NBA. And of course, the main question is, who will the Rockets take number 1 overall? The Rockets are going to select Chet Holmgren, the 7'2 center from Duke University. Now this means, in back-to-back drafts, no Cardington basketball player has been drafted number 1 overall. The Toronto Raptors are on the clock, and the Toronto Raptors are going to select Legend Williamson. Now this means, for the first time in this sim, we will have a Cardington team-up with Legend and GT in Toronto. Legend has a very similar playstyle to GT, as he could get you steals, and it is very hard to stop this man from driving to the rim. However, don't leave him open on the perimeter, because Legend is not afraid to shoot the 3. With the 3rd pick in the NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks will select Bryce Mudispaw. Now, in my personal opinion, I think Bryce is the dark horse in this draft. Bryce could be pretty much unstoppable from anywhere on the court. From shooting tough floaters to making three-pointers, it's hard to guard this man. Now the question is, will Bryce start for the Atlanta Hawks with their young core? With the 4th pick in the NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings will select Connor Mackey. Now, Connor is the type of player that will do anything to get his team an extra possession, whether that be making a fancy pass to his teammate for a wide-open bucket or diving on the floor to get a loose ball. This man is not afraid of anything. I am so excited to see the Sacramento Kings' young core with their new addition of Connor. And now we have a draft night trade. The Indiana Pacers will send their 5th overall pick for the big contract of Rudy Gobert. And now the Jazz are up on the clock, and the Jazz will not select Nate Hickman, our only remaining junior. But don't worry, Nate, you don't have to wait long, because with the next pick in the draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select Nate Hickman. Now, in my opinion, I think Nate will be the steal of the NBA draft. Nate can finish tough layups around the rim with contact, and Nate can out-rebound anyone on the floor. Nate will be teaming up with Kevin Love, Darius Garland, and Colin Sexton. And now it is time for the craziest part of any NBA offseason, NBA free agency. Now, not many teams made new moves, or big moves, shall I say, except one team. Avery and the Detroit Pistons proved to be a huge threat in the Eastern Conference, as Avery led them to the 4th seed. Avery has pushed the Pistons front office to a win-now mentality. So the Pistons have signed Kyrie Irving to pair with Avery in the backcourt. Heading to player progression, we can see how much our seniors improved from their rookie year. Mason improved 3 overall spots. Gabe improved 2 overall spots. Zach improved 4 overall spots. Avery improved 1, and Trey improved 2. And now it is time for the NBA season. Our first rookie to have his first game is Legend in the Toronto Raptors taking on the Pelicans. Now, Legend had a great start to this game, and Legend scored very quickly. Legend made his first NBA basket with this mid-range shot with the screen assist. And Legend and GT showed some great chemistry. Legend had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover, and shot 6 for 9. Next, we have Nate Hickman in the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on Avery Harper in the Detroit Pistons. Now, Nate had a lot of expectations coming into this game, and Nate did not disappoint. Nate's first NBA points was this tip-in off the Jrue Holiday miss. Nate Hickman had 20 points, 21 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 2 turnovers, and shot 9 for 18 from the field in a Cavs loss. And now it is Connor's turn to show what he has in his rookie debut as he and the Sacramento Kings take on Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Now, Connor will be starting at shooting guard, and honestly, Connor is one of my favorite people to watch in this sim so far. From his fancy passes to locking down your best player, Connor can do everything. His first NBA points was this backdoor layup. Connor finished with 14 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 0 blocks, 1 turnover, and shot 5 for 12. And now sad news for Bryce. Bryce has been sent down to the G League. Now, it might have been because they already have DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, but we will check in on Bryce's stats in the G League very soon. And now we are going to take a very quick detour because we have an NBA All-Star to announce. As you can see, Avery Harper will be the first Cardington basketball player to become an NBA All-Star. Now, Avery's All-Star weekend will kick off with the three-point contest. He is up against some very tough competition, as you can see. Devin Booker, Kyrie, CJ McCollum, Cat, Anthony Edwards, and Avery Harper will win the three-point contest. What a way to kick off your All-Star weekend. So congratulations to Avery Harper. Avery only played 11 minutes in the NBA All-Star game, but Avery had a lot of great highlights. So once again, congratulations to Avery Harper. And now it is time to see everybody's rookie or sophomore year stats. First, like I said before, we're going to check out Bryce's G League stats. Bryce absolutely tore up the G League. 32 points a game is insane. Amazing field goal percentage, amazing three-point percentage. I hope he becomes a pivotal piece to the Hawks. Nate had a great start to his NBA career as he led a rebuilding Cavs team to 39 wins. Now, Nate shocked everyone in this NBA season as Nate took home both Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. I cannot wait to see Nate become a beast in this 2K sim. Speaking of rebuilding teams that didn't make the playoffs, Connor and the Sacramento Kings finished with a 38-44 record. Connor averaged about 15 points and 6 assists starting at shooting guard. And let me tell you, when all of these guys on the Sacramento Kings reach their prime, they will be a scary sight in the Western Conference. And now for the weirdest story so far. Legend helped the Raptors to the second seed in the East. However, he started the first 23 games, but then came off the bench for Kyle Lowry. With Legend averaging 19 points, I really don't know why. However, the big story for the Toronto Raptors has to be the incredible jump by GT. GT went up to 26 points per game and brought home the most improved player. Gabe and the Chicago Bulls didn't have as much team success as they did last year, as they finished with a 37-45 record and do not make the playoffs. Gabe, however, took a huge jump as a scorer from 10 points to 16.5. Gabe could be the next Chicago Bulls star. Next, we have Zach and the LA Clippers. The Clippers were able to finish with the 5th seed in the West, finishing 45-37. Zach, on the other hand, finished 3rd in most improved player voting as he went up to 20 points per game, proving he could be the 3rd star on this Clippers team. And now for the man who had the most success last year. Mason helped the Bucks get a 43-38 record, which got them the 7th seed in the East. Mason also finished 2nd in the most improved player voting as he went up to 20 points per game, as him and Giannis proved to be a really good dynamic duo in the Eastern Conference. And speaking of dynamic duos in the Eastern Conference, Avery and Kyrie Irving helped the Detroit Pistons to a 61-21 record, making them the number 1 seed in the East. Avery took a little step back for his sophomore season, averaging around 30 points a game, but Kyrie Irving and Avery Harper are currently the best duo in the NBA. And now for the most surprising team of this NBA season. Trey and the Oklahoma City Thunder finished with a 61-21 record, tying them with Avery's Detroit Pistons for the best team in the NBA. Trey and the Thunder will have the number 1 seed in the West, but could we possibly see an Avery versus Trey matchup in the finals? And now, with stats out the way, let's get to your NBA awards. And now we are at the NBA playoffs. And first, we have Zach and the LA Clippers taking on the Golden State Warriors. And the Clippers make easy work of the former champions. The Clippers proved that great defense can beat great offense. Now heading over to the East, we have the Detroit Pistons taking on the 8th-seeded Miami Heat. And much like the Clippers, the Pistons will make easy work of their competitor in the first round. Heading over to the Western 1 seed, we have Trey in his first ever NBA playoffs appearance. Trey and the Oklahoma City Thunder will be taking on the 8th-seeded Utah Jazz. And Trey, Shea, and Cade Cunningham absolutely destroy the Utah Jazz. The Thunder advance to the second round in 5 games. And now we have the most intense matchup of the first round. We have Mason and the Milwaukee Bucks as the 7th seed, taking on GT and Legend in the Toronto Raptors, the 2nd seed. Now this game was very heated to start. In Game 1, the Milwaukee Bucks will set an NBA record, winning by 93 points. Now, GT had a terrible game point-wise, but he had the highlight of his NBA career. GT was able to dunk on Giannis in Game 1 in Toronto. Now we are going to jump ahead to the win-or-go-home game of this series. Giannis will drive to the basket, but he'll pass it out to a wide-open Dante DiVincenzo for a wide-open three-point shot. But the Bucks' lead will not be up for long because GT will hit an and-one layup over Giannis to put the Toronto Raptors up by 1 point. And GT will make his free throw. So now it's a 2-point Toronto Raptors lead. And now for the inbound play, the ball goes to the former MVP, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He posts up, couldn't find anything. He passes the ball to Mason. Mason takes a few dribbles, and Mason will drill a three-point buzzer beater to send the Toronto Raptors home in Game 4. With Mason hitting this shot, this means the 7th-seeded Bucks will be in the second round. And for GT and Legend, they are now eliminated from the NBA playoffs. Congratulations to Mason White for hitting one of the most clutch buzzer beaters I've ever seen in an NBA playoff game. And now, after Mason's incredible buzzer beater, we're going to head to the Western Conference to see Trey and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Zach and the LA Clippers. Now, Zach and Trey are both making the NBA playoffs for the first time in their career, and both teams are looking to win a championship. However, the Oklahoma City Thunder will absolutely demolish the LA Clippers in a Thunder sweep. And now, going back to the Eastern Conference and Mason White, we have the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the big matchup that everyone is talking about going into this series is Mason White versus Trey Young. Now, Mason did a great job defending Trey Young, but the Atlanta Hawks were able to push this series to 7 games. However, the Bucks dominated Game 7, and the Bucks will advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. Our next stop is Avery and Kyrie Irving, as the Detroit Pistons will take on the New York Knicks. Now, just like last year, the Pistons will make easy work of the New York Knicks, as the Pistons will sweep the Knicks 4-0, and we will have Mason versus Avery in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second year in a row. And now for one of the biggest matchups in this playoffs, the Pistons versus the Bucks for the second year in a row in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, will Mason be able to go to the finals again, or will Avery and the Detroit Pistons get the revenge? Well, I'm going to take you to Game 7. The Bucks are up by 1. Mason White has the ball, dribbles, gets to the basket, and then gets stuffed by Killian Hayes. And now Avery Harper will get the ball with about 10 seconds left. Avery will size up Dante DiVincenzo, and Avery will drive to the rim, and Avery will get the layup to put the Pistons over the hump. And with this layup, the Pistons will win Game 7 by 1 point, and they will go on to the NBA Finals. Now the question is, will they face Trey and the Thunder, or will they face Luka and the Dallas Mavericks? And that question will be answered now, because we have Luka taking on Trey, and the Thunder will actually win this series in 7 games, which means we will have Avery versus Trey in the NBA Finals, which also means our first Cardington basketball player will win an NBA championship. And now for the players that will be watching the NBA Finals from their couch at home. Let's take a look at their NBA playoff stats. And now for the moment that I'm sure everyone has been waiting for, the NBA Finals. Avery Harper and the Detroit Pistons taking on Trey Brenninger and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now this series was everything you would expect it to be. There were many highlights, and the biggest highlight in my opinion has to be Avery Harper dunking on Trey Brenninger in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. This was an insane dunk, especially because it was in the finals. And now looking at the end of the finals, we can see that Avery Harper and the Detroit Pistons will become NBA champions as they beat Trey Brenninger and the Oklahoma City Thunder in 5 games. Pistons win their first NBA championship since 2004. And Avery becomes the first Cardington basketball player to win an NBA championship. And now that Trey Brenninger is eliminated from the NBA playoffs, we can take a look at his playoff stats. And averaging 27 points a game in the NBA playoffs is insane. As you can see, Trey definitely led his team to the finals. This is a very sad moment for Trey and the Oklahoma City Thunder, but a very happy moment for Avery Harper and the Detroit Pistons. Also, congratulations to Avery Harper for winning the Finals MVP award. Now, Avery will be ranked third all-time for the youngest Finals MVP, putting him behind Magic Johnson and Tim Duncan. Very elite company for our senior, who is now an NBA champion. Thank you to everyone who is watching this video, and I hope to get the third episode of this 2K sim up very soon. Thank you.